So there's nothing like a bit of urgency to make people convert, and this is where the countdown element is great, because it does a tick-tock countdown towards 0, and if people don't act before it hits 0, they get sent off to another page, which you will then use to make a counter offer or get an opt-in to an email list when you reopen your offer, or offer them a discount voucher. Remember, you can use vouchers on T4S. Maybe a smaller voucher than they would have got before the deadline, or whatever you want to do. So how do you do it? Well, you click on click on add page elements and choose countdown. Click on it and comes up the sidebar. Okay, first thing you need to do is set up the timer. So we click on that and we say here, where are they going to go? So when it hits 0, where will they go after that? So we're going to do, I'm just going to put anything in here now, it's going to go off to that page. You would have a page obviously which says, you missed the deadline, sorry, try to use this voucher for a 5% discount instead of the 10% you would have got, or join my email list so I can let you know when the offer's open again, or here's an alternative version which you can have if you missed out the other one, or whatever you choose to do. So that's where that page will be. You can put in an HTTP, blah, 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 if it's an external web page. We then put in the fixed deadline. So this is the overall ultimate deadline. If anybody comes to this page after this date and time, you put in here, date and time, they will be sent off to the page you set up at the top there. You can also say to people, you have 1 hour to act. You enter into this box here the number of seconds everybody gets when they first visit the page. So 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. That will give everybody 1 hour to act. If they come back on 1 hour and 1 second, they'll be sent off to the alternative page. The fixed deadline in the main box here will always override. So if anybody comes in after that, they always get shot off. So you can always set that to the future if you just want to use the evergreen countdown, which is where people get just a limited amount of time to act for themselves on each visit. But sometimes you might have a launch or a fixed deadline, and that's where just the fixed deadline will be absolutely fine. Okay, so that's what you set there. Having set that, you can then choose number 2 here, select the countdown style, and that varies. So at the moment it's flipping, now it turns sort of a scrolling one, and you can have more of a white version, and so on. You can click on here to fix it to the bottom of the screen. If you don't want it in the page, that will fix it at the bottom of the screen. That's fine. If you want to put it back on into the page again, I'm sorry, but you have to delete the countdown and recreate it. It only takes like 30 seconds, so it's no big deal. But that, if you move to the bottom, you then delete it and re-add it from scratch again to get it back into the page. Reset my countdown timer here just resets it. So if you set everybody to have 1 hour, and you're testing the page away, and obviously it takes longer than an hour to fully test it, that will allow you to reset your evergreen so your hour starts again. And there's a link below here which you can send to other people if they say that they were going to buy but they had a problem. Can you please have their countdown reset? That's the link there that you would send them, and that resets their evergreen hour or whatever you set back to 0 so they can repurchase. And that is unique to that countdown on that page. Other than that, usual bits and pieces, the config bar, we can set up borders, we can set up background color, space at top, space at bottom, something like that. Yeah, usual bits and pieces that you do with the design and animation and so on and so forth. Other than that, that is the countdown element, and very powerful tool in pushing people to act. Very, very well worth having. Okay.